Hey guys, thanks for checking out this episode of Anderson's Outdoors. For this episode, we are back in Arizona for a little winter camping, and we've come to a place called Roper Lake State Park. This is a small state park in the southeast quadrant of Arizona. So we're going to do a campground review here for Roper Lake State Park for the campground. So let's just jump right into it. First of all, I would like to apologize if you can hear the background noise. Yeah, they're doing some work on like the cattails and the grasses along the edges of the lake. So the state park has 3 separate campground loops: Gila Loop, Cottonwood Loop, and Hacienda Loop. We stayed in the Cottonwood Loop. I believe Cottonwood and Hacienda have hookups, electric hookups, and water. I don't think any of the sites have full hookups with a dump station as well, although I did see that it looks like there is a dump station on site here near the little guard near the visitor center. As you come in, there is a dump station there. Yeah. But the first loop, Gila Loop, looks like it's mostly tent camping and stuff like that with no hookups, and then they do have a number of cabins there that are just, you know, kind of small 2-room cabins with heating and air conditioning and
yeah, queen size bed.
Yeah, a couple of bunk beds. No
running water inside the cabins, but a small sink outside.
Yeah.
And a food prep area outside.
Cottonwood Loop and Hacienda Loop both are also very close to the lake and have that electric and water hookups. They look like pretty much you'd be able to fit any kind of rig in there. We, of course, if you've been following our channel, we have a small Jayco pop-up, so we can pretty much fit anywhere. But just as we were walking over here to film this, we saw a guy pulling in with a gigantic truck and a huge 5th wheel. Yep. So I think they can. We've
seen big Class A's as well, all the way down to egg campers and pop-up campers. So
yeah,
I think you could probably fit anything in here. Now, our site is huge, so you could definitely fit pretty much anything into our site.
Yeah. Now the campsites in general, they're all pretty much the same. They're standard sites. They have a fire ring with a grill. We have a little charcoal grill over our fire ring. We have covered picnic table.
We did notice in the Hacienda Loop that there weren't covered picnic tables. Because we have a pop-up camper and it doesn't have a bathroom in it, the state of the bathrooms are really important to me. This state park has really nice bathrooms. They're very clean. They're a little bit dated, and they're not heated, which is not an issue most of the time, I don't think. But they're clean. There's 2 shower stalls in there and 3 potties. And yeah, we've been using them and we haven't had any issues with them. So yeah. There's no laundry available at this campground. So that's, you know, something you're gonna have to drive into town if you really need to do laundry. Eric and I were joking around because the bathrooms are not heated. And so when you go to take a shower, for some reason, the showers are push button showers, and they last, when you push the button, the water comes out and it's warm and it's great, and it lasts 30 seconds. And so you start to become like a lab rat where you're in the bathroom, it's cold, but the water's warm and you don't want it to end, so you just push that button. So you're just like pushing the button, pushing the button, pushing the button, like you're like a lab rat trying to get a treat. And so anyway, it was just kind of a funny thing. The water was great, it was coming out, it was warm, but yeah, it only lasts 30 seconds. So you're just in there, just push, 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 to, you know, even beyond it, like you're rinsed, you're ready to go, but you don't want to deal with the cold, so you're just push. So we made our reservations for this park on Reserve America, and like I said, we're here in the off season and we're here kind of in the week. We came here Saturday and we're leaving Tuesday, so it's not a we're not here at a busy time. I mean, the campground is empty. It was full when we got here, it's empty now. So we didn't have a problem making a reservation, but I suspect that if you want to be here, you know, starting in late February into March and throughout the summer, especially if kids are out of school and things like that, you're probably going to want to book ahead of time and really pay attention to getting your spots reserved.
Roper Lake State Park also has a hot tub that is fed by a hot spring. So that's really cool, but that also unfortunately was out of order while we were here. I think they had just been doing some upgrades or some work to it, and just haven't been able to get it right back online yet. That's understandable. I mean, this is the off season. If you're going to be fixing something like that, this is when you would do that.
Right.
And so it's just closed right now, but it's kind of off up above the lake a little bit higher, kind of over on its own, and you know, would be a great little hot tub to sit in at night and watch the stars, which that, as far as I'm concerned, is also another great feature of this state park, is that it is pretty isolated. You know, Safford is nearby. There's a little bit of light from Safford, but man, you can see a million stars out here.
It's very,
so that's really
yep.
really cool. One thing that a lot of state parks will have is like a playground or an area for little kids, and we haven't seen anything like that here. But you do have the lake, you do have these swimming areas that are marked off, you know, with buoys out in the water to keep even, you know, any boaters out, you know, so that they don't come into the swimming areas and the island. So I really think that there's plenty of things to do here, but you know, if you need a place that has a playground, you might call and double check about that, because I don't think we've seen anything like that on site here. So like we mentioned, it's January, and we came here to try to warm up. And now we've camped in Yellowstone, we've camped in Colorado, we've camped all up in northern New Mexico at 10,000 feet, and we've camped in Arizona. The absolute coldest temperatures that we have ever camped in were right here at Roper Lake State Park. This morning when I got up, just before the sun rose, it was 28 degrees, and the water in our coffee pot was frozen, and it was just cold. I'll tell you what, in a pop-up camper, it gets cold because there's just really no insulation. So the one saving grace that has been kind of fun is luckily we just decided at the last minute, like, let's just buy some electric blankets, because we knew we were going to have hookups, and we're like, let's just get some electric blankets in case it's really cold. And that has made it really nice, because you can turn them on, warm up the bed at night. Yeah, when you're ready to hop in bed, it feels really great.
Yeah, you know, we really had a great time, where we probably would have had a pretty miserable time if we hadn't had those electric blankets.
Yeah.
So.
One last thing of note with Roper Lake State Park is there is a very well placed dollar store right at the turnoff to come down to the lake, and not everything in this dollar store is $1.
Nope.
I mean, you know, the chips and dip we bought last night probably were $7.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think the dollar store is raking it in, but they have everything there. So, you know, if you forget something, or you need to pick up something to munch on or drink, or even kitchen items, the dollar store is almost within walking distance. It's like right there.
Yeah, they've got it figured out.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching this episode of Anderson's Outdoors. We hope you've enjoyed it and found it informative. We've had a great time. Take it easy, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.